by this time tomorrow, I'll be sleeping soundly in your bed, kissing you, and giving you all the love that you deserve. I'm sorry yesterday was so rough for you, darling. Things will be better, though, once I'm there. I love you, Addie.
Alright, welcome to episode 3 of the Hot Girl Council podcast.
Yes, we made it. We're finally here. Episode 3. Well,
So there's a reason we're going to talk about this one today, because we thought Kiwi Farms is going to be down forever, so we're going to keep it alive through thread by thread. And my favorite thread was one called the Ask Napkins thread. Kiwi Farms is back up, but we're still going to talk about it because it was interesting.
and you never know when Keppel's might strike again, you know, so I think it is important to anyway archive that. And there's a lot of people who grandstand who don't want to go on the Kiwi Farms, so we might as well tell them here on YouTube where everything is safe and above board.
Because it's super fun.
It's so much fun.
Well, the Ask Napkins thread, I guess I can start out the story by, this whole thing's focused around a website that some of you might have heard of called Encyclopedia Dramatica, which is like Kiwi Farms, but less logical and less factual.
I actually have their About page open if you want me to read a sentence or two from how they describe their own idea or purpose in life. So they say
that's a good way to start.
They say Encyclopedia Dramatica's purpose is to provide a central catalogue for the e-public to view parody and satire of drama, memes, e-pals, and other interesting happenings on the lowercase internets. The goal is to provide comprehensive reference-style parody to poke fun at everyone and everything on the internet, as well as an archive for online communities to document and reference deviant users. That is so important that they say archive because of everything that had happened. I think it's good that they officially are attempting to archive, but that has not been their history. A large part of it is lost to time and deeply embarrassing for an archive website.
Well, I got the history of it to start out with and how they started, which I thought was really interesting because I looked it up just to start out. And I'm going to admit that I got a lot of this from Count Dacula's video that I sent you on Zyger. Yes. But I also ended up reading about, I'm looking at my notes, and I wrote, History of Edie, originally owned by a fat bitch named Girl Vinyl. Have you looked at Girl Vinyl before?
No, tell me everything. Tell me absolutely everything.
Well, imagine, you know who Betty Page is?
Yes.
Imagine Betty Page gained about 100 pounds and it's Girl Vinyl. And she has like the Betty Page hair, she's super fat. She's not fat anymore, she lost a bunch of weight, she's a skinny queen now.
Okay.
But originally, what happened was, she was involved in, I don't know if you ever heard of LiveJournal?
No.
Okay, LiveJournal is a journaling website. I used to use it to read fan fiction, I'm not gonna lie. And she used to, there was like this huge drama on there with some gay guy, I forget his name, and he had like this huge bloghouse, a huge saga, which I didn't get into. But she wanted to make an entry for this gigantic LiveJournal drama onto Wikipedia, but they wouldn't let her do it because it wasn't quality enough for Wikipedia, and she said, fuck it, I'm making my own Wikipedia. And
with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah.
And all the racists and the Nazis came together. Aww.
Well, to be fair, when I talk about LiveJournal, it was like the original Tumblr. So,
was it? Yeah, it was probably equally cringe, right?
Pixie Terry's from there.
Oh, she's lovely.
Yeah, a lot of Lolita stuff is from there.
So just your standard white girl trash. Got it.
Nerdy white girl trash.
Yeah.
So originally she wanted to document all of this LiveJournal drama. And then eventually she grew to hate what happened to the site because I think 4chan came in and she tried to change it. I forget what she tried to call it, but nobody fucking liked it. And 4chan took it over and they had something they called Operation Restoration to bring it to what encyclopedia, like the heyday. And who was in charge of it was somebody named Ryan. And Ryan, it was really great while Ryan ran it until Ryan, there's gonna be like a common story of Encyclopedia Dramatica owners and like admin. Ryan eventually got arrested for being involved in something called LOLSEC, which it's like LUL, like LOL, LOL, SEC, SEC, which is a hacktivist group. So he got arrested and they could not find a new person. And eventually they found the new person and I don't know how they got him, this guy named Zyger. And he apparently was the worst owner of all time. The person we're going to mainly focus on today, Jacob, they call him Zyger Light, or like Zyger 2.0, or like Discount Zyger, that's what they call him.
He's such a loser.
Zyger, let's see, he filled Encyclopedia Dramatica with porn ads to the point where it was impossible to use. And so eventually one of the admins criticized him for this, and so he fired that admin. Like, fuck you don't criticize me in my porn ads. And then when he kicked this admin out, he tried to do stuff himself, and Zyger doesn't know how to do anything. And he broke the whole website when he tried to do something himself, and it was down for 2 months. Then he hires a new admin, who was, hires a literal Nazi to admin.
Beggars can't be choosers. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes the Nazi is the only person qualified to help you out of the ditch.
No. Even funnier is eventually the Nazi was removed, becoming power hungry, and when he got removed, he cried and threatened to kill himself. Then Zyger would extort lolcows to try to get their pages down, and he would take money from them, and so he would have people either pay him to be moderators or admins and get their pages down. So it was like kind of like, I don't know the word for it, like just not good business to have these like fucking weirdos pay you money to get their footprint off the internet. It's like the opposite of what Joshua Connor Moon does with Kiwi Farms. Another funny point was the whole website got hacked. When I say hacked, it didn't actually get hacked. Someone guessed the password. I don't know if I told you this, but do you know what the password was?
Yes. The N-word one.
And then...
Well... Look, listen, if I had to guess what the former Nazi whatever, new Nazi, whatever he is now, plus the biggest retard on the internet would decide to make their website password, like that would have been my second guess after that. Yeah, that would have been, that's a very easy guess. That's basically like using your maiden name as a password. I mean, it's very intuitive. So I think sometimes his password was an example of him posting his L online again. And funny enough, obviously, because this is an archive website, so the idea of them even removing and extorting lolcows to get rid of their shit, like, that's why it's so funny that they keep using the word archive, because time and time again in the entire history of Encyclopedia Dramatica, the one thing that they continuously fail at, just as much as they... the one thing that they continuously fail at is actually archiving shit.
So then Zyger eventually disappeared for an entire year, and the website worked better without him there, but he's still technically the owner. Then, okay, so eventually I think the site also got, like, these are just like out of order. I don't know the exact order of these. I just, like, when I was watching the Dankilla video, he just listed crazy things Zyger did when he was the admin. He registered the site under a different person's name that I don't think liked him, and the person found out that. It might have been a lolcow, I can't remember.
It was, I believe it was to troll. I think the idea was to troll a specific cow that really wanted their footprint removed, or that wanted to sue them or something. Something like that.
Probably.
Yeah.
But Zyger eventually got ousted. People found out from him, like the other admins or moderators, I don't know the difference, I don't know how websites run, found out that he was selling people's info, users' info to people. And then he was also, like, he would beg people for donations, be like, oh, the site's going to be shut down if you don't give me money. But then they found out he used that money that he begged for to buy meth.
Yes, they love their
Yes.
drugs at Encyclopedia Dramatica. They fucking love their drugs, every single one of them. It's amazing.
Eventually, after he got outed, I think he ended up running a website that was full of CP.
Yes. Yeah.
And then he was homeless in Manchester for a while, and eventually he got arrested for an outstanding arrest warrant. I don't know what for, but that's the end of the Zyger. So I think after all of that, I think ED's kind of ruins. I remember like someone told me, and I didn't look into this, that people couldn't get into it because the password, didn't know the password, and one of the admins was in jail. But I can't remember. I got into girl vinyl stuff because I just thought it was so interesting that like just a normie girl started out making ED and it turned into the nightmare it is.
It's so fantastic how a community like this can form and then completely turn on itself. Like the whole point of Encyclopedia Dramatica, the like reason, the motivation behind its initial creation was the idea that there are some things that you cannot archive on mainstream Wikipedia. They will censor you even though the knowledge is accurate or whatever. And this idea of having an alternative avenue to archive stuff that, well, I guess terminally online people care about, you know? Like stuff that we want to look up, we want to know what memes mean or where they come from or how much these admins have posted their L's online, and there's no place to look it up. So the idea, whenever they pull moves that is counter to that idea, whenever they do stuff like delete stuff or hide stuff or, you know, just straight up suck at archiving or lying about things, that kind of to me is the biggest irony of it all. That's definitely worse than having a Nazi admin, in my opinion. That's just fucking...
Yeah, no, I think that ruins the whole idea of archiving the stuff on the internet. So then, after all of this, we get into our person of interest, Jacob.
Yes.
So Jacob started...
in 2014.
2014, okay.
2014, and he was originally known as Paperclip.
Yes, and he was banned in 2015, I think.
Yeah, it was very short-lived for being like a spurg and an autist and just generally too many chromosomes in one space. Like, they really just did not like he lasted, for like 8 months. But I mean, he was 17, so I guess you kind of...
Didn't he, like, post, like, weird, like, gay stuff on there, too? Like, I feel like he was, like...
Yeah, a bunch of trolling stuff. A shit ton. Well, I mean, that's that's a part of how they describe him in this article on ED, right? Like how he wants to get street cred from doing, or internet street cred from doing specific things. And it's ridiculous because who wants internet street cred? That's embarrassing. That's terrible.
You say that, but that's what a lot of people want. I mean...
Yeah, it's still embarrassing. Still cringing.
Look at DC Media Girl. Well, she's a gangster. She's a...
Oh my god, imagine internet gangster. That just sounds like... I still picture that stereotypical Reddit moderator, right? When everybody's like, yeah, I'm a badass on the internet. I say slurs. Oh, watch me too. Anyway, it is clear that this person... You said earlier that he's like considered diet... as what's his name, Zyger, right. So I will take it a step further and say that if this was a loser competition, Idiot would be second because that's how much of a loser he is, right? He won't even win like this loser competition. He just, every single thing that he's done has made his own life worse significantly. Like, he's being accused by these people of being addicted to weed and Adderall, and those aren't even the good drugs. Like, how do you get addicted to weed even? Like, that is some pussy bitch-based shit, right? And so, what I'm saying is that this person has...
Adderall's fucking awesome. I'm a stop you there, bitch. I love Adderall.
Listen, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying, like, how is that your thing that you're known for? That is the worst. Yeah. That is the worst. Like there's no exciting. There's no heroin. There's no coke. There's not even the fun alcohol. It's just like, yeah, this guy I know, he's addicted to weed. Like, that's his main thing. Like, that's what he does. That's just who he is, right? He needs help for his weed addiction. What a fucking loser. So, in 2020, after he got banished after that 8 months of being a he got with his new girlfriend, and she gave him enough confidence to attempt to try and join ED again. In fact, even save it, bring it back to its heydays.
But before that, didn't he write the Hustler Bible?
Okay, yes. Yes.
Oh, I just have it open right now. I don't know which order it came in. Yeah.
The Hustler's Bible, I did not get a date for that, but
Oh,
even before that, he did the cryptocurrency thing as well.
yeah, he had a cryptocurrency scam that people said was like a MLM.
Listen, his cryptocurrency saga is fucking fantastic because he promised people, like initial investors, he said, "Oh, I guarantee you a 200% return on your investment." And it turned out like all the money he pumped into making this fucking cryptocurrency happen, like was the cost of the investment was significantly higher than anything that ever came out of it in turn. And it was basically described as a pyramid scheme where he just told all these people, "Oh, put in your money and I guarantee a 200% return," and none of that happened. Everybody put in so much money, there was a negative return. Major L, just a casual, like, major L that he had in 2018, because why the fuck not?
It was called Xerxes.
Yes.
But I don't understand. I mean, these people deserve to be scammed if they gave.
Oh yeah, if
money.
you give idiot money, that's like, his name is Idiot. Sometimes the clues are right there, you know, like.
So after that, he then did the Hustler Bible.
Yes.
Which was a $70 self-help book.
Of 30 pages. It was 30 pages long. Like, for $70.
I don't even know what's in it, but like his website, I pulled it up in archive, it's hustler.money. And the top of it reads, "Allow yourself to relax a little. You finally discovered something that will ease anxieties and burdens of your 9 to 5. And then there's a quote at the top. "This wealth of knowledge allows for various easy and workable methods of earning cash in a way never previously thought of, and all perfectly manageable with just a couple hours a day to take time for. Each guide is written in an effective, straight-to-the-point, and no-bullshit manner that transfers the mastery of these hustlers onto anyone lucky enough to nab themselves a copy of their Bible." And that is a quote from from someone called A Successful Hustler. And then there's just a whole bunch of quotes that I believe Idiot himself wrote.
The A Hustler one, right, as opposed to his The Hustler Bible. A Hustler was written by a black dude who was actually successful.
Yeah.
And The Hustler was written by Idiot, who has not had a single drop of success ever in his entire life, explaining to us how to be successful. It's fucking fantastic. He did the MLM bomb scheme before that was a thing. Like, he was girl boss gatekeeping all the way back then. And just how ridiculous it is, like 30 pages. Fuck me.
To be fair, if he made money on it, that'd be great. But I don't think anyone bought Jacob's fucking book.
Of course nobody bought the book. Who the fuck would buy the book? And also, he is known for being a loser, right? So of course any and all of his ideas would fail, which makes it doubly ironic that he published a book called The Hustler's Bible. He should not be giving advice to anybody. He should not even be taking his own advice. His own advice is always terrible. Like, that should be the one thing that he's learned up until this point. Like, it's perfect. It's fucking perfect. This is like that innate lolcow drive where you lack self-awareness to the extent where you produce your content just by living your life. This is peak. Peak, peak, peak.
Another thing is, like, so his hustling so far has been making up a fake cryptocurrency and tricking a bunch of into putting money into this and never getting anything in return. And I think he's in his early 20s at this point, so he thinks he's got it. He's figured out how to trick a bunch of fucking on the internet, which, to be fair, if he got decent money from it, bravo.
He hasn't, though. He hasn't gotten any money.
He got enough money to fuel his Adderall addiction. He's a kid, too. Like,
yeah,
can you imagine being like this 19-year-old who earned maybe $50 from scamming people on the internet to buy some Addies? Yeah, he's the one I want to listen to. And he really is like a Zyger. Like, Zyger was even better at this because he was begging people on his website that people loved for money for his meth.
So that's why it's funny, because like, the other guy was successful, you know, he could fund meth by his hustling. Like, he should have written the Hustler's Bible. But we got
he's in jail.
Like, yeah, he was in, like, yeah, fuck.
So now we're done with the Hustler Bible. So then he gets with this woman who convinces him that he can bring back ED.
Yes.
ED's been down. It really sucked when it was down, like having to go to archive sites to look at this Gucci Goose. Because it's like, even if it's not completely true what they write, and you can figure out what's true and what's not if you've read it enough. Like, because like I use it as a resource, but I can tell when it's like bullshit because I've read it enough times to tell when it's like a parody or like satire, and when it's like telling true events.
And we,
Back to the topic.
Yeah, same.
So, Idiot starts trying to make his own ED, but doesn't he like not do anything? He just tries to trademark it and sell shit.
Actually, yes, but before the trademark thing, he actually just straight up decided and declared that he is the CEO of the current Encyclopedia Dramatica, right? Before he tried to get a new.
Everyone does.
Yeah. So he declared himself CEO, and his whole declaration after taking this torch upon him, or taking this duty upon himself, was to just file paperwork. So he paid like I think $400, and he filed paperwork and then went around and told people that he is the CEO of Encyclopedia Dramatica. But because he's eternally taking L's in life everywhere and around every fucking corner, he ended up in a fucking lawsuit because of his business associations with Encyclopedia Dramatica. So he basically took the fall because he was too ridiculous to not declare himself CEO of Encyclopedia Dramatica.
Really?
Yes. Fucking hilarious. Well, at least, okay, that's alleged. That's all alleged according to Encyclopedia Dramatica itself. That's their official take. Not 100% reliable, but you know what? We're living in the fantasy of the moment, so let's play pretend. So theoretically, allegedly, this could have happened. But and during this time, like because he realized that you know, as a CEO, he would probably at some point have to do something or be held accountable when the site is down and whatnot. He decided that with the lawsuit and everything, like, this is just too fucking much. So he's just gonna sell the website. And bear in mind, he doesn't own the website. He doesn't. He filed paperwork to get the website and just said that he's a CEO, and then he tried to sell something that he did not own. That's fucking funny. That's funny. Like, he's eternally trying to be a hustler and a grifter, but he keeps on failing around every single corner. Like, he's not good at it. Like, he cannot support his weed addiction via these techniques and skills that he has acquired by working for ED. Just absolutely no business sense. Like, he cannot commit white-collar crime. He's not cognitively capable of achieving that goal. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
They ended up just saying, like, after trying to get him to be the ED owner, they make another one in, like, 12 hours.
Yeah. They literally, what he couldn't do in, like, 8 months or whatever, however long that was, they did in one day with one person. He couldn't keep the site up for a whole ass day. That's his legacy. Like, he couldn't manage that task. The only thing that he could manage during his time as admin was to get rid of the porn, that excessive amount of porn you were complaining about, but instead of the porn, we had advertisements of his book, The Hustler's Bible. So instead of the porn, you now get, the sole sponsorship, I would say, which is just his book.
Imagine getting yourself in legal trouble to shill your fucking shitty book.
I know, how embarrassing. So fucking bad. That's just admitting that it's not working out at all. So yeah, he couldn't replace the porn ads with or either regular ads or no ads. He had to post himself. So he had to every single day tell people like this 30 pages of success and me being unsuccessful. Here you go. Here's the link. You know, please buy it. Every day, people had to look at it. Very embarrassing.
Then I think one of the old people, like Conrad and Kaizen and the ex-girlfriend get together and kind of take over, right?
That's when the trademark thing happened.
Okay, and then there's two EDs, but like the one Jacob's running his shit.
Well, the one's the real one, the .online one, and then the other one is something that he's trying to get ownership of fully.
The .wiki
He's
one?
trying to make that the official website.
Yeah, and so then comes in the Ass Napkins saga, right? We're in the right timeline.
Yes, we finally got there.
So then Idiot's ex-girlfriend is just talking, like, you know, she's smarter than him and knows more stuff. He decides that he's going to get revenge on her for talking shit and post some bad things that he shouldn't.
And dumping him.
Yeah, dumping him, because from what I've heard, he kind of, like, takes pictures of himself just from the face, where he and, like, does, like, filters or something, where he kind of acts like he's a cute boy. But when he showed up to see this woman, he's a big, fat, ugly piece of shit. He's so fat. He's like 300 pounds.
Yeah, he fat-fished. He just entirely fucking
he fat-fished this girl.
And he had to pretend like he wasn't a loser.
So he posts this thread on Kiwi Farms to get revenge on her, and she immediately just reverse Uno, like the biggest reverse Uno I've ever seen.
Before you get to the reverse Uno, the allegation was, right, he wrote up a whole ass thing alleging that she got him to try and extort and dox somebody else, right? So basically creating beef between
it
two
was
individuals.
They said it was T-clips.
T-clips, right? So, so this admin idiot from Encyclopedia Dramatica joins Kiwi Farms, which is a website that is kind of like a rival to ED. They openly dislike each other, but he decides to bring his actual fucking shit ass garbage to Kiwi Farms, opens a thread in which he immediately accuses his ex-girlfriend of trying to get somebody else's docs, and then also just being kind of the main reason, just like he bitches about her, right? He just like drops little, she did this and she did that, and she's actually just jealous of T-clips and just a bunch of bullshit. And then he says that his only goal throughout all of this is that she has to just stop talking about him, or he will threaten to leak shit about her. Just that's kind of the point, right? So he thinks, oh yeah, big man, got a W, like I might be in a legal case, I might not own ED, everybody thinks I'm a fucking loser, but this is my one slam dunk own in life. I have now officially ruined my ex-girlfriend's life, who has dumped me on Kiwi Farms. So that was his energy.
And then the girlfriend reverse Uno cards it and says, you know what? And his asshole is so gaping that he leaks shit out, and to plug his asshole, he shoves napkins up them, and they would fall out regularly around my apartment, and I would have to clean them up. Literal ass napkins out of this grown man's butthole, like a goatsy situation. You know what goatsy is, right?
Yes. God.
Like a goatsy situation, asshole. And the whole thread just ignores this threat and this cringy thing his ex-girlfriend allegedly did to go, really, dude? Ass napkins. And they all start digging into him and finding all this stuff about him.
So basically, somebody posted on this thread, 2 or 3 posts after that initial massive statement of idiot. Somebody posted the actual Discord screenshots of the ex-girlfriend where she leaks to the entire Discord server and asks people to put it on Kiwi Farms, basically explaining that literally pictures every single thing of these actual fucking napkins that has to be placed up this grown man's asshole because his butt keeps leaking shit as he walks throughout his entire day. And because he's such a terrible fucking piece of garbage human trash, these things would just fucking fall out everywhere over the apartment, and the ex-girlfriend had to walk around picking them up. How many did she say again? Was it per day?
It was 3 a day, so that means about 27 ass napkins a week.
Exactly, and this is once again a grown-ass man that fat-fished her and is clearly not only terminally online, but a fat fucking loser. With no money, he can't even grift successfully.
And a loser online. It's not like no Turkey Tom making $20,000 a month terminally online. It's a fucking loser making $5 a week.
Yeah, and the funniest part of it all is that he literally started it. And then the reason what is funny is that everybody immediately thought in this Discord server that the reason for the ass napkins is because he has a lot of gay sex, and therefore, his asshole is just excessively open, and, he can't retain his actual rectum shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, it's not anybody's business, and nobody should be making fun of me, but if you must know...
Yeah, he tried to play victim. Look.
I am a victim.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
He's clearly trash, just going through his history, of course he is. But the fact that he started it and pretended like it was about some serious moral f***ing about somebody's docs, when in reality he was just bitter because she dumped him, and then threatening to drop her private pictures and shit just, to get a random own on her. Like, all that
because she talks shit about him in private.
Yeah, like, who the fuck cares? It's your ex, of course.
Yeah.
I was so fucking happy. Oh my god.
Can you imagine, like, everyone's ex talks shit about them. It's what you do when you break up. You hate that person. Like, even if you had an amicable breakup, you say shit. Like, there's a reason you broke up, you didn't work out, and you got shit to say.
100%. 100. And the fact that it immediately happened and the entire thread within seconds turned against Idiot. Nobody had his back.
Well, people did have a back hit. Did you get to the point where Putrid comes in?
Well, I can't remember those names and stuff, but what happened? Just tell me. Maybe.
So they're all shitting on him, and people from ED show up and just start
Yes.
shitting on him. There's so many good memes from the ass napkin. And then the e-girl who runs the ED Twitter shows up named Putrid. And she starts, like, just I don't know what her fucking defense was, but they find out that this is an e-girl, and they start calling her immediately trans. They start, posting the copy pasta of "You Will Never Be a Woman."
As one does.
And she is, I think she is a natal woman. I think it's just what you do online is you accuse natal women of being men to hurt their feelings.
Yes.
And also they had some pretty unflattering photos of her. And then, as they dig further and further, they find out that Putrid was arrested for beating her grandmother and selling the clips or something on OnlyFans. So, like, that was my favorite twist. Like, her grandmother, I'm pretty sure, said that, like, got mad at her for being a fucking OnlyFans whore. I'm sorry, I don't mean that to slut shame.
It happens.
But, and then she beat her grandmother and sold it and got arrested for, elderly abuse. And they found it's a Gundam. The guy always talks about how he hates OnlyFans thoughts all the time, make a video on it. Which, it's a Gundam, big YouTuber made a video on this whore. Beating her grandmother. And so, not only are they spamming her with "You Will Never Be a Real Woman," they are spamming her with her own vagina shots, which I do believe they were real vagina. I think it was real. I mean, her body was real. But, I mean, they're just gonna call a woman a man, and she obviously got upset by it because she had to defend herself, be like, "I am a real girl." That's how you know when you're upset.
Oh, that's the worst counter. Like, you shouldn't. Why would you? Yeah, anyway. People fighting with the people in France are one of my favorite, like, accidents that happen on Kiwi farms almost all the time. I love it. It's so pointless. But yeah, you should never go in your thread and argue with people.
Oh my god! So apparently Jacob, idiot, thinks that he has tulpas. Do you know what tulpas are?
No.
Oh my god, I forgot about this. Let me look this up. This is like old school, like, internet SJW snowflake shit.
Alright, hit me with it.
Okay, so I'm gonna read the definition from the internet. Okay, in contemporary paranormal discourse, a tulpa is a being that begins in the imagination but acquires tangible reality and sentience. Tulpas are created either through a deliberate act or individual will, or unintentionally from the thoughts of numerous people. So, like, a tulpa, I don't know it's like an imaginary friend.
Oh no.
So, Jacob, idiot, believed that he had 3 tulpas living with him. I don't know too many details about this, but...
Yeah, because who else picked up his fucking ass napkins? That's why. Somebody did magically, so he was like, oh yeah, that must be my imaginary friend, not my fucking girlfriend, who lives with me, because that would be disgusting, right? It's my imaginary friend picking up my shit napkins. Fuck me. One of the questions that was raised in the thread that I definitely care to speculate on is, and I want you to really, like, scientifically, technically think how much you can about this, but somebody suggested that Idiot's next big hustle, his next big grift, his next big venture is to find a way to make, design, and sell as tampons. So that it's not something that just falls out, but something that stays up and it can absorb what it needs to and be replaced. A butt plug, is that what...
You can shove a tampon up your...
I don't know, do you think it can handle all that? Like, 3 shit napkins a day seems like a lot.
I don't know, I don't wear tampons.
I mean, me neither, but I've never had that specific problem.
Oh, and I want to send you this. This is a picture of Putrid beating her grandmother. I have, like, actual evidence. It's uploading right now. Give it a second. There it is. Boom.
Oh
There's
my
a
god.
picture of Putrid beating her grandmother.
Yeah. This is great. We should abuse the elderly. Like, it looks like she's got a nice right hook there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but that'll teach her not to get in the way, you know? She'll listen next time.
Okay, so my favorite part of the whole thread, and this is why we started talking about it was just like the comparison between Kiwi Farms and Edie. The Edie Forum is that like, I'm gonna narrate this, but I'm gonna send it to you. This is a picture that an Edie Forum user posted, and it was people from Kiwi Farm sitting around a table saying, "Ass napkins, can you fathom it? Stupendous, preposterous." Like they're having this serious discussion about these ass napkins, discussing it, and all of a sudden the Edie Forums show up and go, "Y'all talking about ED?" and just start shitting all over the table. And that's what happened essentially, was that Kiwi Farms was having this discussion, they were like posting sensible things, and all of a sudden the ED users show up and just start going fucking, just shitting all over the thread. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen. Like, they think it's funny to post the most disgusting, horrendous things you can think of. And Kiwi Farms has a standard where they theorize and they discuss versus Edie, who will just say things to piss people off.
But
like, Kiwi Farms does it a little bit, but EDF, that's all they do. There's no sense to be made on the Edie forums.
But why would you even try? But that's exactly what happened, right? So it started off civilly with everybody presenting their evidence and people genuinely speculating on whether or not he enjoys butt sex or he had this traumatic past event and can't clean up after himself. And then immediately the ED admins join and shit goes down. Shit goes down so fucking south. It gets out of control.
They start talking about, I literally have a note that says, there was a complaint, there was a lack of news in the thread, and people from ED were posting pictures of their dicks.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Like, they do not care. There's no etiquette. There's no etiquette. There's whatever you can say and do to get a reaction, they will do it. That's how I describe them. Kiwi Farms, they actually want to, like, archive and discuss Walkout. ED wants to go in there and make a spectacle.
But it's also usually because people interact with this shit, right? I mean, literally,
yeah.
This could have been 100% avoided. 100% all of this. This is literally Idiot's fault. And the reason why those people were asking for the nudes is because he initially said, like, if the ex does not stop talking about him, he's gonna, like, leak her shit, right? And she kept talking about him. She embarrassed him. Like, Ass Napkins was like at least a 9.5 out of 10 type of leak. That shit was, like, insane. And in retaliation, people were like,
it was leakier than his asshole.
Exactly. People were like, okay, well, you either now have to give us the nudes that you said or promised you were gonna do, or some tapes or some shit, or most importantly, and probably, please post pictures of the prolapsed anus. That's what we want. Like, give us an either or. We don't give a fuck who wins. One of the two has to happen,
God.
and that is already on like page 3. And they keep hounding him. They're like, "You fucking pussy!" Like.
The conclusion of the story, you know what the conclusion is?
Tell me.
Well, it concludes like every other person who tries to admin for ED. Jacob gets arrested.
Yes. Yes.
After stealing like baby things?
He
like
well, actually, it was so fucking, out of everything, this was literally the worst. So it's a retail fit, right? Of like $850. Like, he just went.
So yeah.
Yeah, he just went in and stole fucking like toddler socks and magic keyboards.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. And then best part of all is like they caught him on fucking camera, right? Stealing the shit. And then when the
and he said he played the fifth.
Exactly. When they confronted him, they were like, "Sir," and he was like, "I plead the fifth." And they were like, "Do you have receipts?" "No, I plead the fifth." "Okay, well, we actually have video footage of you committing retail theft." "I plead the fifth." Like, this guy's life, even what fucking is it? Like, what is it? He's not even addicted to something that would make you do that. He's addicted to weed. He's like that level of bitch made. He's addicted to weed and then committing retail theft for baby shit. Cringe.
So, now we got to the conclusion of the biggest L I've ever seen taken on Kiwi Farms. I'm gonna begin to send you some ass napkin memes for you to rate.
Thank you so much.
And I'm gonna take some from the ED page too, because I didn't start saving them until a couple, 30 pages in. And I wrote a lot of notes in a notebook, and then my dog ate the notebook.
Well, so these memes are from ED and from Kiwi Farms?
No, yeah. The first ones are just from Kiwi Farms.
Okay.
Things I copied into a document while I read the thread.
I have to mentally prepare if I'm gonna see ED stuff, you know. How can you say you love him if you can't even clean his shit napkins? But this is a sign of true love, though. That's also why I'm so sympathetic towards her, because, I mean, holy fucking shit, napkins, right?
Alright, here's another one. These kids react to ass napkins.
Oh,
That was my favorite episode of the kids react.
Kids react, yes. Oh, he's smoking the ass napkin.
Oh, there was one that was Ethan. I'll probably have to put it in there, but there was one where they photoshopped Ethan ralphing a cigar, but it was an ass napkin. That one, I don't get that. Okay, so
free ass napkin. Yes. Free ass napkins. The kid standing there holding it is my favorite part of it.
no, you know what movie that's from, right?
Yes.
Or
yes.
Okay, I was gonna say, does Africans have Free Willy?
We have Free Willy. My mother cried at that, but this is fucking excellent because yes, I'm like. Ass napkins needs to be known by everybody. This is like standard lore for internet forums and specifically your Kiwi Farm shit. And this is just fucking perfect. Yes, free my ass napkin.
So this one, well, the ass napkins freed themselves every time they fell out of his pants, and
they escaped. They escaped the butthole because that was too dirty. Not even an ass napkin
so
can
this
survive
one,
that.
So they were asking how he's going to like make money off the new ED and how he's going to change it and like how he was like a go-getter. And he essentially said that he was going to, I'm going to read the quote. I have plans to both create new lolcows as well as terrify existing ones. Obviously, I keep the list of people I'm selecting a secret because I don't want them to ban themselves off the internet before we have our fun. So this is his like, what's the word? I'm so bad at words. Like his business template? I don't know, like when his business pitch. This is how he pitches the new ED.
Okay, his business proposal.
Yeah, something like that. It is so stupid, like, we're gonna make new lolcows. You can't make a lolcow.
Oh, did he post that himself?
Yeah.
Why do all the incels like go?
No, they put it over Joker because he's trying. They were making fun of him because he was like bad, edgy, like the Joker in that movie was.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He has that incel energy, that like deep incel energy.
that Jared Leto Joker incel energy, not the good Joker, not the good.
Yeah, no Heath Ledger shit.
No Heath Ledger, no Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah. And Joaquin Phoenix is like incel god. I mean, we both got Joaquin Phoenix. Sorry. Can you say it funny?
Joaquin Phoenix.
What the fuck?
Yaki. Wait, let me make it Afrikaans. Yaki Phoenix. Oh, Yaki.
Phoenix.
Oh, Yaki Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. Here's a really good one.
Wait, let it learn.
So I have this real life picture of how Jacob picks up women. This is him, evidence of how he picks up women. So I'm sending right now.
But what do you think he does when he leaves the house? You know, to like do social things. Like, does he like at
Just
that point
everywhere.
care about the ass napkins? Because like,
no, he doesn't leave the house.
Oh, of course he doesn't leave the house. That's a silly question. Oh, hey, babe.
Just
aggressively.
That's how he picks up women.
Hey, girl, wanna see my one move? If you ask nicely, I'll show you my prolapsed anus. Like, you know how people send nudes to each other and dick pics? Like, he sends prolapsed anus pics. Like, he's like, oh yeah, this is the good stuff. So you know I'm ready.
Oh my.
Peg me all night long. This hole is for you and ass napkins only.
And then I'm sending this. I don't know who this is. You're gonna have to tell me. I don't know. It looks like. Oh! This is a picture of ass napkins reading such great levels that the most famous video game player fucking shit. I don't know anyone. I almost called him DSP. Wings of Redemption.
I can't. Oh, you send it.
Loves ass napkins.
Oh yeah, this is Wings. Yeah, Wings of Redemption. He's with the ass
I was gonna say, this guy looks like someone I know IRL. Like Wings of Redemption with a mustache and a Nazi hat.
You know somebody that looks like this? I'm so sorry to hear that.
Like, not with the Nazi hat, but I know like 10 guys that look like that.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Does this happen a lot in America? Like, do you just wake up and meet people who look like this? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they're there everywhere. Here is another business model for Jacob.
Yes. This was back when they tried to get still nudes from him, and he didn't even give us the prolapse anus.
Video game theme. Then I'm sending. There are multiple uses for ass napkins. Yeah, these are dope. 2 uses of ass.
Still loading.
napkins.
This is so gross. This is so disgusting. I
Even
love
Mario
it.
knows about the ass napkins. Then there's the guy using ass napkins as a handkerchief. You can use ass napkins to walk. Nordic walking with ass napkins.
But this is still the thing that I think about most, right? Like, at some point, he has to have, like, some appointments of some kind, right? He has to enter, like, some government bullying at this picture.
Which one?
The last one you just sent of him in the ocean.
Oh, that's not the ocean. That's from the movie Doctor Strangelove.
That's fucking hilarious. Actually, at this point of the thread, right, all the Janny jokes where people were trying to get the staff of Kiwi Farms to come in and get rid of some of the spam, just the excessive amount of shit and the double posting and stuff.
I love the amount of spam. Oh my god.
It was perfect. This was the right amount of absolute bizarre, crazy shit that happened.
It was like my first view into what ED forums were like, and they were fucking weird. Like the things that I don't understand their humor. It's just so much like 2012 humor. I'm just spamming them now. But you can give any insight. I like that. I just think they're neat because I really like Marge Simpson. She's my favorite Simpsons character. Ass napkins, now that's gangster. I mean, it's really important to be gangster on the internet. Very beautiful.
I love the amount of memes that suggest that it's like almost a resource or a capital because he is a grifter and he's got literally nothing to grift except for ass napkins now and merch. Oh my god. That is so true because we didn't mention this earlier, but he, according to the ex-girlfriend, he would hide his ass napkins in specific places around the apartment and she would find them. So it's not just on the ground. He would stuff them away in specific corners. That's what she said, behind, stuff like behind a plant, whatever. Just he had these very specific hiding spots, and that's how she discovered this. And she had to go check those specific spots. Fucking gross.
Here's one that reaches to my heart.
This one, yes, of course. We need our 9/11. Look, Kiwi Farms is right there. Oh, tragic.
That's Tower 7. I don't know if that's Tower 7. I can't remember what it looked like. But
probably.
Tower 7. The ED and ED forums and ass napkins get fucking nuked by it and then just crash over, and the casual office tires end up collapsing the head Kiwi Farm. So it's a beautiful analogy.
I love this picture so much. It resonates with me because yes, it is the ass napkins that absolutely ruined the ED for Idiot, and Kiwi Farms was unfortunately a victim in all of this as well. Of the ass napkin.
Yeah. Here's one that, as a Catholic, I feel it. And here is one, I know you know of the YouTuber Nikocado Avocado. Well, he, in fact...
Yes, big fan.
He, in fact, uses ass napkins too, and here is this is a picture of him and his husband finding his ass napkins in the bed and going, I understand.
Well, Nikocado Avocado is way more classy than Idiot, so he would probably put actual food
Nikocado
out there.
is a hustler.
He's a hustler, but he's successful. He can publish the Hustler's Bible and make it sell. You know,
all you have to do is gain 100 pounds, but you'll be a millionaire. He's a millionaire, and like, good for him.
yes. No, he's fantastic. He knows
I like
his
Nikocado.
Ugh.
People crying about Nikocado, about moral outrage about him. Fuck them. He's
Fuck them
hilarious.
so
I like
hard.
To sit
Like,
down and watch Nikocado.
they are all broke bitches. They do not understand what it takes to be that level of successful, clearly. Like, neither do I, but I'm not gonna hate on the guy for being a W.
I love his stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the story of Ass Napkins.
That's fucking Ass Napkins. It's one of the best stories ever to live inside of a forum. And it's so sad how few people know about this. And you know what? For once, there is a forum on Kiwi Farms that's not aimed specifically at the trans community. So I guess they do have...
For one.
They do have,
I don't know, maybe one of Jacob's tulpas is trans.
Listen, obviously.
Alright. Yeah, I do too. I love that thread. It's sometimes I
best.
just reread it for fun. Just the part when it twists, like the girl shows up putrid to defend Jacob, and then it just turns out that she beat her grandma on OnlyFans. Like, that is so fucking weird. Like, what? A fucking twist. I love it. It could have been a movie. This whole thing could have been a movie.
This thing could have, and it would have sold. This would have been the best hustle that he ever pulled off. But of course he couldn't, because he's a loser, right? So he can't capitalize off of the one good thing that he has that he could possibly sell. So therefore he's in prison selling ass napkins. Which is also hilarious because he now has this condition in prison. Like, imagine what that's like. Imagine whoever, like, I don't know.
Is he in prison? I thought he just was going to court.
Oh, really? Okay, fuck. Did I fuck that up?
Yeah, I don't know if he's in prison. And that's, you know what? We ain't gonna fucking kink shame you, baby. Have fun in prison. It's gonna be real fun for you. I don't know if I'm talking like that.
I think it's perfect. I think he's ready. He's been looped up from the inside. He's permanently on loop, to be honest. And it would be an honor for him to survive the prison life if that is the case. And I do hope he survives it well and finds some true human connection and somebody who is willing to pick up and put up with the ass napkins. That's what I hope for him if he's in prison. If not, then I hope he's staying away from ED because it looks like the website is finally surviving.
Yes, it's doing really good. But, yes, that was our episode on the ass napkins. And next time, I think we should cover something else fun. So that was... Okay. I'm assuming you need to go to bed now.
Yes, I'm dead ass tired. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.
That's that. Yes.